Okay,
Hey,
hello
are you coming to the
everybody.
training session?
I'm sorry, don't know who that was.
Oh,
Um,
sorry. I thought it was muted. Sorry, guys.
that's okay.
Is Karyn coming tonight?
Uh, I'm not sure. I'm leading it
Oh,
tonight, but
okay.
I'm not sure if Karen will be in. Sometimes she was in this afternoon, but I
Awesome.
don't
No worries. Thanks, Catherine.
know. Okay, so
Okay, cool.
hello everybody. I am Kathy Dalphonse, and you're one of you, the an executive director with Pampered Chef, and this is new consultant training. What we try to do is we try and do a new consultant training every single week. We like it to be consistent. So, we bring in a lot of our new consultants, some of our consultants that are seasoned, because there's always a learning process with each and every one of us. Tonight, we're going to talk about generating interest in our business. I know that a lot of people, when they first start the business, they're afraid to ask. They're afraid to ask anybody because they're afraid that they're going to seem like they're pushy, and you don't want to be pushy. So there's a couple of things I want to say about that. First of all, you all heard that when you go to a restaurant and you're done eating and your waitress says to you, would you like a cup of coffee? And you say yes. And then when she says to you, well, would you like dessert? She's not being pushy. It's her job. She's just asking you if that is something that you would like. Do you consider her pushy? I don't think so, not for the most part, right? The other thing is I have what I called a chicken list. Okay. I started my business because we all start with a launch list. We talked about that. I like to start my new consultants with two lists. One of them is the launch list, and that's everybody. Okay. And the second person, that's Miss Karen. The second list that I like to start with is also a recruiting list in case there's people that you might know that you think, maybe they need a little extra income. Maybe they need a little extra fun. Maybe they need to just have something different in their life that they can call their own. So I like those two lists. But my chicken list is the person that you don't ask because you are afraid to ask or you feel like you're imposing. My very best friend, Stephen Laurie Polito, my dearest friend, and I had been in the business, I want to say about a month and a half, and my daughter recruited me. And she said to me, Mom, why hasn't Lori done a party for you? I said, I didn't ask her. And she said, why not? I said, I'm not comfortable asking her. And April said, why not? So I asked her, and Lori took the day out of work. It was one and only time she's ever had a party. And at that point, it was one of my best parties I ever had. And I got a recruit and a booking and a recruit from it. So that's my chicken list. Um, don't be afraid to ask. I had a new consultant I was working with this week, and she's going to get to 1,250 in her first week. I'm so excited. But she had her cousin Matthew ordered it. It must have been the blender because it was a $349 order. And I said to her, "Did you reach out and ask him if he'd like to book a party? Because there's so many more new tools he could get." And she did, and he booked a party. So it's just a question of do not feel that you're being pushy. And I have to tell you, this is one of Kathy's honest moments. Training is not what I do very best, not like Karyn. Karyn's trainings are amazing. Okay. So Karyn sent me the notes. So if it sounds duplicatable, it's probably because a lot of this stuff is Karyn's. Just wanted to let you know that. Again, so if you think you have to be perfect to be a Pampered Chef consultant, guys, watch me. Okay. Anyway, you truly you're not being obnoxious. I do find that I don't necessarily like to say, "Will you book a party with me?" Because some reason when you say to somebody, "Will you book a party with me?" they think they have to plan a wedding, and they just can't do it. We all have words. I'm sure that Karyn has words in the Owl Dynasty. I know there's words in Be Awesome about what to say. So the wording is everything. You really want to say something like, "I'm so excited about my new business, and I would love to share it with you. Would you be willing to help me out and get together, a fun get together with you and your friends?" It's just so much better than saying, "Will you book a party?" Because people are just nuts about that word. But I've got to tell you that right now, and you can also mention that, oh my gosh, everybody's home, everybody is cooking, everybody is bored out of their mind. I mean, how many people do you know? I personally, you know what I had for dinner tonight? An bacon and egg and cheese sandwich. Jack and I call that our gourmet meal because I'm tired of cooking. And so is everybody else. So you're offering people recipes and fun and a distraction. That's what you're doing, okay? So people, they're not going to book with somebody that's obnoxious. Who are they going to book with? They're going to book with people that inspire them, okay? So how do you inspire them? You want to give them the information that they need, but you don't want to write a book. You don't want to vomit Pampered Chef. April used to tell me that I vomit Pampered Chef. You want to give them enough information that they're going to come to you and ask you questions. Okay. You want to, you want to get to know them. You want to reach out to them. You want to message them. Be careful about messaging people that are not your friends. Now I know the new face. Is anybody on the new Facebook? I am not on it. I know a lot of my team members have been put on it automatically.
Yes.
Karyn, you're making the face. Have you seen the new Facebook?
No.
Oh, there's a new Facebook out there. Who said that?
Oh, am I on the new?
I've
Linda's nodding.
seen it, and it's very much like the new platform that Pampered Chef has going.
Oh, okay. I'm not on it. I do know that, like Cindy, they popped her on it. But the nice thing about the new platform, I'm sorry, I digress, guys. This is a squirrel. But the nice thing about the new platform is you don't have to be friends with people to message them.
Oh.
Because in the Facebook what that you're in now, if you message people you're not friends with, number one, they won't see it. Number two, Facebook thinks you're being salesy and they'll put you in jail. So FYI, that's as much as I know about it. Technology is not my best friend, guys. I'll be the first one to admit that, but just keep an eye on it. Anyway, I digress. You want to answer all the questions. You want to reach out to them. If you've got that rock star guest that just, that says, oh my gosh, I've had my food chopper forever. You want to reach out and say, oh, it was the very first thing that I bought. What do you use it for? Mine sits on my counter all the time because I chop nuts for breakfast every single day. So you just want to reach out, and every single person that posts, you want to respond to that. You really and truly do. You want to address their hesitations, whether it's on bookings or if it's on joining your team. And so tonight we're going to talk about, I'm reading now, the first steps, how to inspire people. Okay. How many of you post the host bonus and the kit options at every show? Does anybody do that? How many post a recruiting post every single day? For those on, hi, oh, good. For those in my organization, we had, oh, look at you. Nice job, Lynn. We had Wendy Ben, who is an advanced director in Jacksonville. She spoke with us last month about recruiting, and she does a recruiting seed. She plants a seed every single day. Now that seed could be, for example, there'll be pictures of us at conference saying, oh my gosh, I love my job so much. I've met so many amazing friends. It doesn't need to say, join my team. It doesn't need to, but it's just like, and of course, there's certain things you have to be careful of saying now. But every day she posts a recruiting seed. And I have to say that I went back and changed every one of my templates, just an FYI. So now, and Karyn, just before you jumped on, I actually have a question about the host benefit in September, okay? Because the host benefit in September is 60% off any one item. When your party gets to $650, you can also get the air fryer. You can choose that as a 60% off item, okay? However, in the back of the book, the host benefits now, okay, the 5 host benefits, which we've never had before, one of them is the air fryer at half price. So that just has to be a $200 show. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for verifying that. I appreciate it. I wanted to be sure because I have 3 parties going on right now that are going to close at the end of the month. So tomorrow I am doing a sneak preview. And I'm just posting the videos, which if you haven't used our videos, they're amazing. And I'm just posting 2 or 3 videos. And then I'm posting, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. The air fryer is going to be available in September for any host when your party reaches $200. So that's something that you want to just put these seeds all the way through your show. And one of the things that Karyn likes to say is if you could have anything in the catalog at 60% off, what would it be? And then you kind of wait for people to answer you. For me, it would definitely be the air fryer. It is my favorite thing in the world. I use it probably every day, all the time. So then you want to tag the host, give it a few hours, and then tag the people. Also, tag people. It's really, you don't want, I think they say you shouldn't tag too many people too often, but you want to tag those people that are really active in your party. Like I've got one woman now, she must be a little bit younger than I am, but she's a grandmother. And we've been popping back and forth about not being able to see our grandchildren and not being able to see our great-grandchildren. And then I posted something today about the cast iron. And she said, oh my gosh, I would love to do a bread. So I went and I found a recipe for the cast iron bread, and I tagged her. So it's just really important to get to know all of your people. And again, if you want to book in September, yes, Lynn, I can't hear you.
You're muted.
Karyn is not available until October 1st, so you want to be careful posting that in September.
What's not available?
The cast iron.
The enamel cast iron.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not available until October 1st. So I'm not even mentioning it in any of my parties in September because I want September bookings.
Exactly. Yep.
I'm leaving that for my October bookings.
Yeah, do that at the end of October. Yeah.
And-
Absolutely. Good point. Very good point. I'm sorry. I did not see that. I mean, I should know that, but I was just trying to get through 4 parties today. Anyway, and you want, so if people want to book in September, you want to, let them know what's out there, and you want to mention that, hey, book your September party now. I'll give you extra tickets. Those tickets don't cost you anything, guys. I give out extra tickets all the time. Place your order today and I'll give you 25 extra tickets. Do you want to get ahead of your best friend? Go over and fill out my Google form. You want to get ahead of your best friend? Go over and join my VIP group. And then I always do the post. Do you want to know who's got the most tickets right now? So it's just a challenge type of thing. Okay. So after you've planted the seeds, when you post about an item and you get your host to, hang on, I can't read this. I should just let Karyn do this. We talked about planting seeds. That's one of the most important things that you really want to do all the way through your show. You want to plant seeds about, like when you do, I always do a video. My first thing of the day would be the air fryer. And then one of the things I've learned is my next one, I will post a recipe. And from that recipe, I go in and I make a graphic of the products that I've used in that recipe. So there could be the garlic press, there could be the scoop and drain, there could be the flexible cutting mats, and there could be a knife. Rather than making that 4 posts, I now make that 1 post with the 4 pictures in it, because that way you really get a lot more information out there, and it's the information that sells. They want to know about it. They want to know what it can do for them. And again, you want to be going back to planting seeds that if the air fryer is really what you want, book a party. I always do the 3 monkeys. I have the 3 monkey post that when your host, when does the host benefit when she books 3 parties? 3 parties are booked and held, they get the extra $50. That starts September 1st. Isn't that correct with the new host benefits? So that's something you want to be sure and plant those seeds in the month of September. Don't do it now because you don't want your August people to know about that quite yet. Okay. You want to reach out and personally invite people. I definitely reach out to my rock star guests and I will message them and say, oh my gosh, you've been such a rock star guest in this party. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. You've made the party so much more fun. What's on your wish list? Rather than just say, do you want to book a party? You want to talk to them, get to know them, and plant those seeds. And this is Karyn's favorite thing to say. If you post something and somebody gives you an answer that you don't know what to say, screenshot your director and we'll give you an answer. Hopefully. If we can't find the answer, we'll go to Karyn because she'll have the answer. So screenshot if you're it's all on you tonight, Karyn. But if you have any questions, that's why we're here, is to help you out, to help you answer. This is new consultant training. Now, I'm not saying that you guys are all new consultants. Some of you might be seasoned consultants, but that doesn't mean that you don't have the answers. Like, for example, I totally forgot about the enamel not coming out until October. I now have to go back and change all the posts that I did for tomorrow, quite frankly. Because I think sometimes, and it could be just my older brain, but there's so much new stuff coming out September 1st.
Mhm.
And there's so much to try and grasp and trying to remember that's why you have directors, guys. That's what we're here for. Obviously, we don't have all the answers, but it doesn't mean we can't find them for you. Okay? Partner with your host. Cheer her on. Tell her she's doing an amazing job. And let her know that every time she gets to like $200, it's going to change in September. Okay, hold on. I got it in front of me. At $200, yes, she still gets a half price item. At $300, she's going to get 2 half price items. So you want to say to her also, when it gets to $200 now, you want to send her that message and say, oh my gosh, your party just reached $200. Do you know, if you've really thought to yourself that I could do this, you can get a $25 kit credit and use it toward purchasing your kit? Remember that changes in September. They get that right away at their first $200. That is super cool. Okay. And then you want to ask her if she'll personal message 5 to 10 people and let them know, thank you so much for participating in my virtual party. You're helping me make this so much fun. Have you ever thought about hosting your own party? I always ask my hostesses, who do they think would be interested in having a party? I always ask my hostesses that. The other thing, this is really, really important, guys. We live in a world right now where a lot of people are out of work, okay? A lot of us are not out of work. A lot of us are crazy busy, but there are some people are out of work. If your hostess says, gosh, I didn't invite so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so because they're out of work, you want to say to that host, that's okay that they're out of work. Maybe they just need a little distraction. Maybe they need to have a little bit of fun. They don't have to buy. They don't have to buy, but you know what? Maybe, just maybe, they're going to sit there and say, oh my gosh, I could do this and I could make some extra money in my life. So be sure and let your hostess know. Don't prejudge, guys. Oh my gosh, that's one of my many, many, many faults. I got a whole bunch of them, but I tend to prejudge. I'll look at somebody who's in $1 million home and I'll say, she doesn't want to sell Pampered Chef. Well, how do you know that? You don't know that. I look at somebody that's a lawyer and I say, lawyers don't have time to be a Pampered Chef consultant. How do you know that? You do not know until you ask. You're not being pushy, you're only asking. And you could seriously change their life. You really and truly could. Pampered Chef, go ahead.
I was going to say, we have a pediatric neurologist on the team right now who does Pampered Chef for fun. She's like, it's so great. Nobody's worrying about living or dying here,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
No. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I know that we're not supposed to say these things when we're talking about recruiting and our shows anymore, but Pampered Chef changed my life. Okay. I divorced my first husband when I was 39, I think, and I lost 2 businesses. I lost my home and I walked away with my kids and my furniture. Okay. So, and I just lost both my parents in a very short period of time. So at 39 years old, it's like, oh my God, my world is, I have never been financially secure. I have never had money to spend, and I never thought I'd be able to retire. And as God is my witness, the only reason I could retire is because of Pampered Chef. And it is the first time, I'm 69 flipping years old, and it is the first time in my life I have financial freedom. Do I work? You can bet your sweet dumpy I work. I do. I put in a 6-hour day, but that's my choice. That's what I want to do. My point is, you do not know whose life you're going to change and how it can help you. And that all comes from the day that Karyn took the whipped cream and popped it out right in her face? Or was that the time?
Kitchen spritzer.
There it was, the kitchen spritzer. We're talking many, many years ago. Well, Kaylin's 23, so it was at least 23 years ago.
Yeah, it was one of my first parties, and I went to use the kitchen spritzer, and I sprayed it backwards into my face. Kathy and her daughter April were there, and April booked a party, and the rest is history. With a lot in between. Yeah.
Yeah, my daughter was actually Karyn's first director
Yes.
many years ago. Anyway, girls, you never know. So we're going to go on. Remember to partner with your host. That's the most important thing. Ask her to post. Ask her to tag. Ask her who is going to be willing to book a party. And I want to move on to recruiting. Okay. You want to put a picture. The new pictures, there's pictures in marketing and imagery. If you have not seen them, they're called perks, I believe. So go ahead and post that. And I posted, I got more answers from this. Which perk would you like? Because there's perk A, B, C, D, E, and F, I think. And I get all kinds of answers from that. So when I get those answers, then I'm going to reach out to each one of those people and say, oh my gosh, you know, this is what you can do, and just talk to them. So that's just planting a seed. You always want to do the ask me about my business. And then when you do that post, when you do the ask me about my business post, make sure that you tag your hostess that day and you say to her, when you see this post, here's a question I want you to ask. So again, you're partnering with your host. You should be giving your host something every single day to do. Host coaching. We've talked about that. We're not going to get into host coaching today. But remember, you want to talk to her every day. And like, for example, somebody who goes through and tells you, ever have one of those people that, I've got that, I do this with that, I do that with this with that, I've had it for 20 years. That's the person you want to reach out to and say, oh my gosh, you know as much about Pampered Chef as I do. Are you sure you and I can't work together with this? Are you sure you wouldn't like to give this a try? Those are the little flags that you want to check on, and you want to make sure that you follow up. A lot of people do live demos. I know Karyn has here, bring your kids into demos. I don't have any kids anymore, praise the Lord. If you have another job. I was an advanced director working at NASCAR, guys. Okay, I left my house at 7 o'clock in the morning and I got home at 6 o'clock at night. And I did all live cooking shows, and I was still an advanced director. So it can be done. If that's what you want, it can be done. Choose at least 3 rock stars to reach out to. I always reach out to at least 3, if not more. People who are posting recipes, people who are active. Personal message them, tell them what a great job you're doing, and have you ever thought about doing what I'm doing? Have you ever thought about dipping your feet in the water? You don't have to say, have you ever thought about joining Pampered Chef? There's other words you can do. And I know that we have the words overcoming objections. I'm sure that it's in your Owl Dynasty. I know that we have it in Be Awesome. And again, if you have a question, screenshot your director. She will give it to you. And this, I've already said this, is partner with your host. Remember that she can invite those broke friends. She can invite those friends that are out of work. Even if she has somebody who's taking care of somebody that's elderly, they need a distraction. They need to have some fun. And make sure that people are hitting going. The very first post that I post, and I probably posted 3 or 4 times, and it's always at the marked as an announcement, is be sure and change your notifications to going and to all posts. Because quite frankly, I honestly forget to do that myself sometimes. So that's something that you want to make sure they do that so they see everything. And honest to goodness, that's everything that Karyn has to say. Probably in a nutshell. Does anybody
share it differently? So
there you go. Now, and it's probably not something you haven't heard before. Maybe you hear it just a little bit differently. But plant your seeds, reach out to people. You're not being obnoxious. Just ask. My stepdaughter is a journalist in Washington, D.C., and she did a magazine article on Just Ask. And it was amazing the amount of things that she would get, because this was her job. She's got this great job. She did an African safari. She did an Alaskan cruise. She did the Galapagos. Great job. But she went out and just asked people, asked jewelers. She asked grocery store people for a sale or a discount. And it is amazing what you get when you just ask. Go for no. Yes.
And just to increase your odds of being able to get through to someone that you're not friends with on Facebook, if I see somebody asking questions or really, you know, interacting and they're a rock star, I'll say to them, I'll comment and I'll say, oh, I'm messaging you. Check it out and let me know what you think. So now they're going to look, and even though my message ends up in the other box, they'll find it. The other thing that I have done is interested in hosting, I'll say to the host, would you mind starting a 3-way chat? It seems like they've got questions. And that way the host can connect us on Facebook. So that's just another couple of ways to sort of increase your odds of being able to connect successfully.
Great. Absolutely. I like that messaging thing. I'll have to remember to do that.
Mm.
The other thing that I do is one of the posts that I will do is, like, for example, if I'm doing something on the spiralizer, I'll say, if you'd like a recipe book on the spiralizer, personal message me and I'll send it to you. So you're making them make that connection with you.
And then we can come back and they'll see it. Yeah.
Yeah. So does anybody have any questions? You're all nice and quiet tonight. Okay, well, I guess that is it, ladies. I'm going to let you go. I will get this uploaded to in YouTube, so anybody who didn't make it can check it out. And I hope you guys have a great week. Remember to check those webinars. Go in and look at the I think the stoneware was in, host coaching, and the direct
Ship now.
ship now. So you want to check those out. So, all right,
Thank
guys,
you for
have a
the great
night.
ideas.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.